I really think that at some point all of us Mavericks fans are going to get fed up and just jump off a cliff at some point. But Dallas got the victory. Gutsy there at the end. Wasn't pretty at all. Got ourselves in a bind there late in the game, but they pulled it out. Won game one against Portland. Like I said, very important game in this series. A series that, if it's anything like game one, this will be a 6 or 7 game series. First half overall, I was happy. Dirk offensively wasn't doing much for us, but Jason Kidd was, knocking down shots left and right. And he's probably the most stealthy 3-point shooter ever because no one really looks at him. Everyone knows him as the passer, as the assist guy, but he's third all time in 3-pointers, and he showed that today. So in the first half, Mavs are up 10. It's looking good. We had a fast pace going, and that fast because we like to move the ball quick. Portland is a half court, drag the time out as much as possible kind of team. So that first half was going the Mavericks' way. And up by 10, you could see that, when Portland was trying to run with Dallas, I don't know how many times they were throwing bad passes, throwing it out of bounds to each other, just needless turnovers by the Blazers. And I was thinking, man, if this keeps up, we can take care of this game pretty quickly. But the second half didn't go so hot. Third quarter, though, we were able to, we gave them some early points and kind of let them go on a run early, but we were able to get back in third quarter. But, man, the fourth quarter, they're at the end of the third quarter, and the first part of the fourth were some of the worst basketball I've seen from Dallas. There was a point where we almost went an entire quarter, minute-wise, without scoring a field goal. From 4:37 left in the third till almost 4:37 left in the fourth, we didn't hit a field goal. All of our buckets were coming from free throws. Now before we hit that 4:37 mark, it was Jason Kidd who was able to hit the shot to get us back in this. And we're trailing the Blazers by 6 points after leading by 10 at the half. And the thing is, and Dirk, Dirk just wasn't on today. Now he ended up finishing with 28 points. He was 7 for 20 from the field, but he got 12. He got 12 free throws in the fourth quarter. You may call that home cooking, and hey, I wouldn't disagree with you. But he was attacking the basket. He was being aggressive, and that's what superstars got to do. If a shot's not falling, he's got to get to the line, and he did. But in the end, it was Jason Kidd. Mavericks up by 4. Hits the 3-pointer with 22 seconds left. That's the dagger for the game. And he was definitely the player of the game for the Mavericks because it wasn't just his scoring, which is what's going to show up on the stat sheet. He was getting his own rebounds. He was getting steals. He was facilitating the offense like he always does. And for a guy who's 38 years old, to see him play with that much energy, and I will give credit to Andre Miller as well, who's another old point guard who ended up finishing, I believe, with 18 points, something like that, 18, 19 points, something like that. Now, LaMarcus Aldridge, he's going to continue to be a problem for us in this series. He had 27 points. Like I said in the last video, he averages around 28 points against the Mavericks. So he did what he usually does to the Mavericks. And at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to stop him because I don't know how many times, even Dirk talked about after the game, they let him get those lobs underneath. I mean, you got to make him work for his buckets. And Aldridge is going to get those baskets too. He's able to work around inside. He's able to get those shots over guys as well. But we cannot let him keep running past us down the court and getting the lob passes to him and getting the easy buckets for him. Make things as hard as you can on LaMarcus. He's probably going to score most of those, but he's going to score more of those lobs anyway. So, but hey, Dallas won at the end. The defense locked him down there at the end, and Jason Kidd was big for us, and he was the player. He's what saved it for us. And Dirk there at the end, he was making some shots there at the end, but it was mainly him getting to the line. And Jet finished with 10 points. Jet was kind of iffy today, but he had some big shots there at the end as well. So, during this game, when we hit that stretch there between that third and fourth quarter, man, you could see all the criticism coming back about this team. And like I said in my last video, it's hard to argue against that because we weren't playing with toughness. It looked like the Dallas Mavericks weren't trying to play smart basketball. They were turning the ball over a lot. It looked like they were getting intimidated by Gerald Wallace and LaMarcus Aldridge coming down the court and slamming it on them. But Kidd turned it around for us. The rest of the team responded, and we got the W. So happy with the win. Game 2 is Tuesday night. That's another. I don't want to go into Portland split. I want to go into Portland with 2 games, and so we can probably get a split over in Portland because I don't think we're going to get 2 games in a row in Portland. But I think we can get into the game in Dallas. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a tough series anyway. So go Mavs, and see you guys on Tuesday.